gods, monsters, Lovecraftian creatures, great beings. The biggest, the most powerful, the coolest looking characters. Well, that's what we're focusing on today. If you're looking to make some sort of powerful character, like this, well, let's get you some inspiration. Eclipse Caller kicks us off with a mock that's titled Great One's Fiend. This Cthulhu-looking design with that tentacle beard. Wow. Using the face elements from the Baraki Kalma. Using that to give him that little mustache, you know? That's clever. I like this mask. It looks good the way it was intended on the set, but flip it upside down? It's still incredibly helpful and in a different way. Is that not the sign of a good mask? Good for many different uses? I think so. But rounding off this tentacle beard with some of these much larger like spikes. Spikes that look more like tentacles in this context. Yeah, these pieces would have come on a set like Pyrox. You know, they look very good right here. The overall face design with all these tentacles looks so hideous, so grotesque, so otherworldly. And yeah, if you're making some sort of powerful Cthulhu creature, a creature associated with myth and legend, well, that aesthetic, that very grotesque look, is very much on point. It's exactly what you need. Oh, and you might notice some of these dark red leaves on the side of the face. I remember these popping up in an old Lego Hobbit set. This one here. But yes, these are a nice touch. It feels like algae or barnacles, or I don't know, fungus growing off the side of the face. It does give the skin an excellent aquatic look. But at the same time, yeah, that bit of texture, I don't know, it just adds a bit of visual interest. I think it's a very nice touch. And you know what, you can say the same for those yellow antennae that make up the eyes. It's cool, the black part of the antenna looks a lot like, you know, pupils. The long shape of them kind of reminds me of the pupils you see on like a snake. Isn't that cool? This mock has details from snakes, squids, dragons, maybe even a little hint of like a dinosaur. All these different things rolled into one big chaotic mess. But it works, doesn't it? If you're looking to make some sort of behemoth of a creature, a monstrous kaiju, look into multiple different animals and try and just shove many features together. It is a recipe for a very good design. Now, we were talking about dragons. You'll see some of these dragon wings. Now, I believe the ones we're seeing here come from this fantasy era set. I love those wings. We see them in modern Lego sets, and at this point, we've seen them in so many different colors. It's not every day you see a piece that has that much variety of color. And how good does it look right here? This is a really good mock. Up next, a true spectacle. This is the Great Spirit Robot, made by Gremido 6. Oh, this is majestic. Those rays of light, looking like some sort of halo or holy crown. It turns what was already an incredible mock into an absolutely stunning display piece. A display piece that, by the way, can still move and pose. Yeah, some people, they really like mocks that are hyper posable. Others like a good, you know, statue that they can put up on their shelf. Well, see, I like mocks that are a healthy mix of the two. Because, dude, this is a statement piece. You put this up on your shelf, it's gonna look beautiful. But at least you can take it down, play with it, pose it. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. That's a magical combination. Anyway, these rays of light. They're made using some of the sword elements that come on the set Speeder Demon. That's an excellent way of repurposing that piece. And then yeah, they're linked together on a big like circle of Technic connectors. It's actually quite simple. It does require a lot of the same type of pieces. Yeah, but if you have a lot of them, it won't be hard to recreate something like this. And you know, thankfully those Technic connectors that make up the circle, they're very, very common. The swords, I think those pieces are retired today, but there's so many other elements that have the same like shape. It wouldn't be too hard to recreate something similar. See, that's the thing too. This creation is, as I've said, incredible on its own. The wonderful silver armor, the brilliant shaping, the overall design is top notch. But giving it the display stand so it can kind of float in the air, and of course the halo on the back, well, that turns a good mock into a great mock. So have a think, look at the mocks you've currently built or that you're planning on building, and think to yourself, okay, it may look good right now, but are there some sort of tiny adjustments I can make, a stand, decoration, whatever. And if I add that in, will it make it even better? Really think about how you want to display your creations. The presentation is a very important factor that you can't ignore. One more thing I love, the mask. Taking the wonderful mask of life from Toa Ignika and just slapping that on the face. There's something about that mask that feels so ancient, so regal, so grand, so godlike. If you're looking to make a powerful creature, if they're wearing this mask, it's gonna work. This is so good. And you can say the same for the next mock. We go to the man himself, Connor Hoffman. And this is Tomodus, a great being. Oh, look at this armor. Yeah, maybe it's just the fact that I love that beautiful yellowish color that we Bionicle fans call Keytorange. Because I just think this looks cool. Especially, look at the very center. You got Madanui's mask tucked in there. That looks pretty good. And the masks on the shoulders are just as good. But alright, if we're talking about masks, we can't ignore this face. Wow, look at that. Huki's mask and a regular Paraka skull fused together. Who'd have thought that would look so nice? See, it's stuff like this that makes me think the LEGO designers intended for this to be used like this. Because Huki's mask has that big open space at the bottom. It leaves you just enough room to add in that Paraka skull. Put the teeth right there in that exposed space. It's like it was meant to be. Coincidence? I think not. Now, I've been talking about that mix of Keytorange, black, and there's also a bit of trans purple. Now, these trans purple chains, they don't actually come in very many sets. One of them was this Spider-Man Homecoming set. I like the inclusion of them here. Perhaps there's some sort of cosmic chain that holds back his immense power. Or it's meant to represent like veins popping out of his body. And that's because, yeah, he has so much power you can physically see it emanating from his very being. Whatever it's meant to be, I like it. Trans purple highlights, they always look good. Oh, and that sword, baby boy, I like that. It's using some of these pieces that popped up in this old Ninjago set. That's a good set, by the way, look at it. Anyway, yeah, they make up the wings on the dragon, but I think they look so much cooler as a sword. If you're looking for a good sword design, do that. It's very nice. And that takes us to our final creation today, built by Geikie. This is the great being Papu, the All-Mother. A mix of mechanical robotic limbs laced with plants. The mechanical meets the organic. Robots and roots, all in one. Stunning! I like this hair. Drooping flex tube in brown. And this way it looks like roots. But it also kind of looks like hair. It's excellent. Now, if you want some brown flex tube, it has appeared in a few sets. One of the more recent sets that it's popped up in is the Van Gogh flowers. Sunflowers, rather. Not necessarily suggesting you buy that set just for a couple pieces of flex tube, but you know, that's a modern set that they've appeared in, just so you're aware. Now, as good as flex tube is, sometimes it doesn't stay in the position that you bend it into. If you want it to really like lock in place, I recommend getting some very thin wire and feeding it into the flex tube. Feed that into the middle of the flex tube and it'll probably stay in the shape that you want, and it won't bend out of shape. Now, I do like the subtle inclusion of the plants all over the body. It's not too much. I think too much would be, well, yeah, too much. But little hints of it is very nice. And that's a good thing too. I think a lot of modern LEGO sets really give you a great variety of plant pieces. You pick up, I don't know, one of those botanical sets, you could easily recreate something like this. Every single time I see system plant pieces on a Bionicle, it always looks phenomenal. Maybe it's something to think about. I do like these feet pieces on the back. Feet pieces that would have come from the old Bionicle Vaki. Yeah, it looks quite good as like vertebrae on a spine. It's a very hunched over spine, but the character is meant to be old, so that kind of works. And actually, speaking of old, the texture on these pieces, and we see them in other places on this mock, they almost look like wrinkles. Robotic wrinkles. Geikie has done an incredible job of making this look like it's old. And that might seem pretty straightforward, but I don't know, I can't really think of any sets or mocks that I've looked at where I've gone, oh yeah, this character is in their mid to late 20s. You know, like it's not an easy thing to do to showcase age on a Bionicle. But this does it incredibly well. You look at this and you go, yeah, this is an ancient being as old as time. It clearly controls nature. It governs the very primordial forces of plants and life. It is an ancient being. So props to Geikie, the fact that you can really showcase age like this, that's not an easy thing to do. Not at all. There you go. If you're looking to build gods, great beings, ancient creatures, deities, then I hope this has given you some ideas. And if you need more ideas, take a look at the links below. Go and check out more from the builders I featured today. And if you want to see your mock on the Bionicle Inspiration series, submit it to the submission email. It's on your screen and in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Happy building, and bye for now. Oh, is that my brick order? Give me a second. No, it was just the postman across the road going to someone else.